welcome back to the second part of my favorite stratagems and equipment in Helldivers. If you missed the last video, it was about the offensive stratagems, and in this video it'll be about the support stratagems. And just like last video, we'll be sorting this by the free and Helldivers mobilized stuff first, to the paid, more premium items last. And without further ado, let's get into it. So to start off the list, we have two support weapons that I'm bunching together, which is the Quasar and the laser cannon. And I decided to bunch these together because the reasons why I like them overlap quite a lot. Since they're both energy or laser-based weapons, they do have infinite ammo. That's the only one that technically doesn't is the laser cannon, because you can overheat it, in which you'll have to reload. And in that case, you don't really have infinite ammo. But it's pretty easy to manage the heat. There's audible beeping when it's about to overheat, so you can just stop and switch to your weapon. It's really a non-issue. And since they're both laser weapons, I don't think they have projectile damage to fall off. And they both have really good range. The laser has a 1,000 meter beam radius, or not radius, range. And that makes it really good at just like sniping things from far away, or if you're on like the bugs, you can just beam a spore charger, not a spore charger, a spore spewer, or a shrieker nest from long distances, and then break them that way. The Quasar cannon is, how would I put this? It is like a trade-off of the recoilless rifle. Since it doesn't have, since it has infinite ammo, it technically has more uses than a recoilless, and both of these weapons free up the backpack slot, which is really nice. The recoilless, although it does have higher damage and a faster reload before the Quasar can make a follow-up shot, I do like the recoilless, but I like the Quasar more because it has the infinite uses, and the projectile is a lot faster than the recoilless, and the projectile doesn't drop, so you don't have to adjust for aim, and leading your shots is a whole lot easier with it rather than the recoilless. But overall, these two are really versatile weapons. They're really forgiving and also really easy to use. You could pair this up with anything. I personally always pair it with the hover pack, so you can get to really dumb and really high places where you can just kind of shoot with impunity. But yeah, these two are just really good weapons that you can't really go wrong with using. Next on the list we have the autocannon. This one became one of my favorite weapons during the early levels of the game, and funnily enough, I didn't even know this had a flak mode until about post Cyberstan, because I decided one day just to hold R for no particular reason and found out it had a flak mode. But this is the ballistic version of the laser cannon. Much like how the recoilless is the ballistic version of the Quasar, the autocannon is the ballistic version of the laser cannon. It trades off like a continuous beam and pseudo infinite ammo with like just more raw burst instant hit damage. The reload's really fast on it. The flak mode is great for clearing large swarms of enemies. And since it's explosive, it can close things like the fabricators or bug holes or warp ships. It has enough, I think it's called push force. I'm not sure what it's called. But you can shoot a harvester as long as you hit it on the body. You can shoot a harvester and it'll like stun it out of the beam attack and it'll just push it around. So it's really useful that way. In flak mode, it shines in killing shriekers since it's a proxy fuse, and the hitbox on it's pretty nice, and shriekers just don't have a lot of HP to them. It's also useful on stingrays because you just don't have to be nearly as accurate as you would using the AP rounds. And I think I could be wrong, but I think for both the AP and the flak, they take similar amounts of shots to kill. So flak is just a lot easier to kill air targets. I'm not sure how the flak goes on gunships. I haven't really used the autocannon in that mode, but I'm sure it probably does good on it. But, you know, if you're fine on having the backpack slot filled up with the ammo, this is a pretty solid pick, and it's, I think, unlocked a lot earlier than the laser cannon is. So it's also pretty beginner friendly. After that we have the jump pack. This is a really good one for when you just need to get around the map, or if you just don't feel like bringing the FRV. If you're in one of the colony towns, I think it has just enough verticality to it so that you can just jump over the walls, which makes it really good for getting away if you're being run down by enemies. It gives you, because of that verticality, it allows you to get to locations that you really otherwise wouldn't go to or be able to get to, since you're able to grab onto ledges, hoist yourself up to these locations. It's a little iffy with the jump pack because it's more so for horizontal movement rather than vertical movement. So keep that in mind. But I love bringing this on the blitz missions, especially on like illuminate blitz missions, because you can just go around and get everything. It's just overall, it's just really, really nice to have if you need a mobility option. If you ever need a boost to your survivability, the shield generator pack is a really, really good pick. I started using this a lot more in Cyberstan because I was trying to figure out how to best survive all the chaos that was Cyberstan. Nowadays, I'll usually pair this with the defoliation tool, just so I can have a much safer time being able to melee enemies. It's the shield regenerates. I can't remember how long. I want to say it's like 5 or 10 seconds. I could be wildly off about that. But the shield does regenerate, and it's overall just a really, really nice way to boost your survivability. And with the way these devs make balancing decisions, we really need all the survivability that we can get out here. And finally, for the last free weapon of the list, we have the spear. And the spear is a fire and forget weapon, so it's a lot more forgiving. And I think it has the single highest ballistic damage of any support stratagem, if I remember correctly, at 4,000 ballistic damage, which allows it to be incredibly punchy and basically one-shot, if not two-shot, whatever you so choose. It recently got a buff where it can carry 1 extra missile, which is really nice to have. And it can lock onto both the Stingray and the gunships, so it can be used as an impromptu man pads. You do have to keep in mind that since it flies in an arc before going to its target, it's not really useful at close ranges. So I'd say use this at, I think the recommended range is like 30 meters and beyond. The targeting on it can be a little iffy on enemies that have like multiple parts they can lock onto, like a factory strider or a Vox engine, and it's really prone to locking onto the wrong target at longer ranges, because there's a lot more stuff between the target you want to hit and what the missile can actually lock on. So if you can shimmy your way around that, this is a really good, basically one-shot weapon on the majority of the heavy enemies in the game. And for our first paid stratagem weapon, we have the Cremator. This, alongside the fire buff that all flamethrowers got from the Entrenched Division update, made this thing absurd to have. You just slap on one of the fire-resistant armors, hold W and left click, and you're basically good to challenge whatever you so choose. The enemies will just flail about as they get flamed, and it will usually throw themselves away from you, which means you can just keep the fire on them until they die. It's, you will see the most uses out of it on the bug front, I'd say. You can still get some insane use out of it on the Illuminate front, which are really the two only factions I use the Cremator on. But when you do use it, it is insane to use. It is the Napalm Barrage if you forgot to bring the Napalm Barrage. I would really recommend you getting this. Like, the Entrenched Division Warbond is 1,000 super credits, but I would say that is worth it just for the Cremator. And after the Cremator, we have the Hover Pack. The Hover Pack is what the Jump Pack is, except it's for vertical movement instead of horizontal. It pushes you up really high in the sky, and it allows you to move around and get onto locations that you really couldn't reach otherwise. There's not really a whole lot to say about the Jump Pack. It's, I really just use it to get up to those vantage points a lot easier than the Jump Pack can do. So it's really nice. Just keep in mind that the horizontal movement when using it is slow, snail pace. I'm pretty sure walking with broken legs is faster than the horizontal movement of the Hover Pack. So just keep that in mind. And then for our only vehicle on the list, we have the Breakthrough. I didn't think I would like this as much as I did when it came out, but it's insane. The shotgun on it is like super punchy, and the shield allows it to really boost its survivability. You can also shield bash if you don't want to waste shotgun ammo on like the simple chaff enemy or something. And the shotgun pellets are pretty condensed, so it can dish out a ton of damage on whatever you so choose. And it's a really good pick. And lastly, we have the C4 pack and the portable Hellbomb. And let me just show you the like fun ways I love using the portable Hellbomb and the C4 pack.
I'm gonna go delivered! Hellbomb, mark! Clear the enemy!
but with all jokes aside, the C4 pack is the super punchy stealth weapon. You just throw them onto heavies, you throw them on the fabricators, bug holes, and warp ships. Throw them all out. If you're not detected, you can just sprint out and activate it, and you can just clear out anything up to like the heavy encampments of each faction, except for maybe the bugs. I'm not sure if they can break the Bile Titan holes. I don't think they can. But if you have like a supply pack, not a supply pack, if you have a supply drop nearby, you can just throw all of your C4s out, run around the map, throw them everywhere, and then like in a single press of a button, you could just clear out every single outpost, side objective, and what have you. And it's really, really nice. The portable Hellbomb, on the other hand, it's just a deletion button. Outside of just the Hive Lord, I don't think there's a single thing in the game that can survive a portable Hellbomb. It's really good for... It's also really good for taking out the chaff units if there's like a huge swarm. If you want to like clear a path for your teammate, you could run in. If there's an objective you want to speed run and you don't want to wait for the regular Hellbomb to come down, you can just activate this and drop it. If you're at like a stratagem jammer while it's still on, you can just run up, activate the portable Hellbomb and run away. You can blow it up, and it's really just super, super useful to have. But that will be the end of the second part of my favorite stratagems and equipment. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Maybe know what your favorite things in Helldivers are as well. But other than that, have a wonderful day, and good luck Helldiving.